You've decided to sue. The debt feels clear, the documents look strong, but now the real questions begin. What happens next, and how long will it take? In Vietnam, debt litigation follows a structured court process, but timelines can vary depending on service of documents, evidence disputes, counterclaims, and enforcement realities. In this video, we walk you through the typical phases, from pre-filing preparation to judgment enforcement, so you can plan budgets, manage expectations, and protect leverage. Before filing, your legal team builds a court-ready dossier: contracts, purchase orders, invoices, proof of delivery or acceptance, payment reminders, and a formal demand letter where appropriate. Key documents are translated into Vietnamese, and certified or notarized where required, so the dossier matches procedural expectations. This stage is where strong cases are made faster: clean evidence timelines, correct party names, correct signatory authority, and a clear calculation of the amount claimed. The case is filed with the competent court, often the Economic Division for Commercial Disputes, based on jurisdiction rules, debtor location, and any dispute resolution clause. The court reviews the petition for procedural sufficiency. If information is missing or jurisdiction is unclear, the court may request supplementation or return the petition for correction. Getting this right from the start reduces delays and prevents early procedural setbacks. Once the petition is accepted in principle, the court issues a notice requesting the court fee advance, commonly calculated based on the claim value. The deadline is typically short, often within 7 days of receiving the notice, so timing and internal approvals matter. After the fee advance is paid and the receipt is submitted, the case is formally accepted into the court's docket and moves into the handling stage. The court serves notices to the debtor and requests a written response. The debtor may deny liability, argue contract interpretation, claim set off, or submit a counterclaim. Both sides may submit additional evidence and written explanations. In practice, this phase is heavily impacted by how smoothly service of documents proceeds and how complete your evidence file is. A disciplined legal strategy focuses on tightening the evidence chain, anticipating likely defenses, and avoiding inconsistent submissions that create room for delay. Vietnamese courts commonly encourage or conduct a settlement attempt before trial. If both parties agree and terms are workable, a settlement can end the dispute faster than a full hearing. If settlement fails, the process still has value. It clarifies positions, narrows disputed issues, and helps the court understand the real fault lines. For creditors, it is also a practical checkpoint to test whether the debtor is capable of paying or only buying time. The court schedules a hearing where parties present arguments and documents, and the court evaluates the evidence. Some cases conclude in a single hearing. Others are adjourned for supplementation, witness issues, or additional review. If a party does not attend, the court may still proceed where the party has been properly served and procedural conditions are met. After the hearing, the court issues a judgment in accordance with procedural timelines. The practical lesson is simple: even strong cases benefit from hearing-ready dossiers and disciplined courtroom presentation. After the first instance judgment, parties generally have a limited period to appeal. If no appeal is filed, the judgment becomes legally effective and can move toward enforcement. If an appeal is filed, the case goes to a higher court and the timeline extends, often by several additional months, sometimes longer, depending on complexity, docket congestion, and procedural issues. Planning for this possibility is essential when the debtor is likely to resist. A final judgment is not the end. Enforcement is the collection stage. In Vietnam, creditors typically submit an enforcement request to the Civil Judgment Enforcement Authority, along with the judgment and required forms. Enforcement is not automatic. Recovery often depends on whether attachable assets exist and whether the creditor can identify them accurately. Effective enforcement strategy includes early asset mapping, clear enforcement requests through competent authorities, and supporting lawful seizure and sale procedures where applicable. This phase can move quickly when assets are clear, or take much longer when the debtor has limited assets or resists execution. A debt recovery lawsuit in Vietnam can be efficient when the evidence is clean, the filing is procedurally correct, and enforcement is planned from day one. but timelines can extend depending on service, disputes, counterclaims, appeals, and asset realities. If your company is preparing to sue, or wants to evaluate whether court is the right next move, contact LTS Law at lts.com.vn. We do not just file cases. We build court-ready dossiers, execute disciplined litigation strategy, and plan enforcement early, so you reduce avoidable delays and maximize recovery outcomes.